Yes, it is an honor, and privilege, for me to be here today, to be part of this symposium where we celebrate one of our country's greatest heritages, which is poetry. I remember, was it early this year or mid-June or July, where we had our, guest from Washington, D.C. It was just poem, and I ended up doing my own, and I enjoyed it, and I said, Sis Bangili, you must coach me. I think you've got a student here, and register. Oh, you are there. Yes, I think I'll register as one of your students. As a city, in our vision and mission of igniting excellence, we are in support of promoting community empowerment and developmental initiatives of arts and culture. We believe that these play a vital role towards nation building and in the creation of both social and economic cohesion. The timing for this poetry symposium couldn't have been more appropriate, as it coincides with the time when South Africa and the world at large celebrates and mourns the passing of South Africa's greatest orator and son, Otatu Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. I hope we did the honors before you start your session, to honor Otatu Mandela. Did you, program director? He believed that celebrating our national cultural heritage in South Africa had a profound effect in building a new nation. He believed that understanding each other's culture would enable us to reflect on our past, understand our present circumstances, and also provide us a solid foundation for future generations. Because the future generation is here, the future leaders are here in this room. Poetry allows us to reflect and speak out. Poetry allows us to voice our pain and also to celebrate our diversity. Poetry allows us to tell our stories and ensure that they are kept and narrated from generation to generation. As a demonstration of this, various imbongi, not imbongi, as I've said, it's imbongi, ngesixhosa, who have already made tributes to the late father of the nation. These poets have already started telling the story of a legend and a giant on the African continent who has changed the world. Those poems will be there for generations to come. Not fake poets, please. We don't want to see in the near future what happened on Tuesday. It's embarrassing. I don't want even to talk about it. Yes. That sign, that guy, whoever he is, really, he has embarrassed our country. But furthermore, we take the blame to the people that gave that person that assignment. Because really, we cannot allow it as a country. We have to see to it that that official or that department that process that is being taken to task. Yes, he has embarrassed our country, our beautiful South Africa. That is why, as the Department of Sports and Recreational Services, we are part of the Sister City Cultural Exchange Agreement with Washington, D.C. This cultural exchange program allows the city of Tshwane to share and promote our culture and indigenous languages with the international community. It also opens up a platform for us as the city to explore opportunities that will enable us to elevate the status of poetry such that poets are able to earn a decent living from this art. We are also in support of various arts and culture forums whose purpose is to develop and preserve the work that is done by our poets. As a department, we believe that more can still be done to ensure that we preserve this and ensure that people are able to sustain a living of this art. By utilizing our Mandla, Osis Vangile, or Ayanda, I think Felix is here, Hendrina is here, let us utilize them. Yes, so that, we give them space, we give them support. And to demonstrate my commitment to the development of arts and culture in the city of Tshwane in June this year, together with Minister Fikile Mbalula, and there was an event, in Mabopane. As a department, we made a pledge that next year, 2014, we will be awarding a bursary to a 10-year-old young girl to further her studies and dream of being a world-renowned poet.
Wow.
We look forward to redeeming that pledge in the new year. In closing, I would like to thank the Black Eagle Media Group for this elaborate occasion. Before that, let me just share with you what the city will be engaging in next year. We'll be doing poetry workshops. I think Felix and Hendrina will, be forwarding with, more details. We'll be doing competitions. As we've been talking, during lunchtime, that remember we must take some students, poets, to Washington, D.C., as they were here, so we must do the same, but we should screen and we should have competitions in all the regions so that, we give, all of you an opportunity, to participate. So I think that one will be, in conjunction with Mandla. We have to tighten it up and do that program. Start with it as early as next year, because in July, is it in July? We should go, to Washington D.C. for, to do, to participate. And again, we should do, we should print a book with the best poems. We are starting today. I've noted a few. I'm so impressed. I so wish I must start practicing my mosquito. The ones that we used to do that time, yeah, but I don't know whether you're there, I think I'm the only one in the room that belonged to that generation of mosquito, yeah. Oh, Lebaba, Bate. Huh? I don't hear you. Yeah, next time you must give me that opportunity. I'll come into my mosquito, yeah. It's mosquito and what else? And others, we used to do a lot of them that time. Yes, and lastly, I look forward, to the deliberations of this symposium and, our interaction in the future. It's just unfortunate that I won't stay, for your cocktail and your evening session, as I've indicated that as a city, we've been tasked to make sure that we facilitate or we coordinate public viewing areas in all 7 regions, because not everyone, has, got that opportunity to go to Konu. Even myself, I couldn't go. They said only the executive mayors will attend. 5 members of the, the executive, committee of the African National Congress region.